Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everybody. My name is Kartik, one of the co-founders of ETH Global, and I'm super excited to welcome all of you to the HackMoney finale. So ETH Global is an organization with a very simple mission. Our goal is to onboard thousands of developers into the Web3 ecosystem, and we do this by primarily running hackathons and summits. And this is the last day of HackMoney. So we're going to summarize how the last few weeks were for all of you here, and then go into all the good stuff, which is the amazing demos and the prizes. So we ran this event with hackathons and a summit. So for the summit, we actually had a kickoff summit and a summit on Superfluid Reactor program, and kind of super happy that we got to see some brand new product announcements, as well as some really insightful conversations on how we think future of payments is going to be. And then going on over to the hackathon side, this has been an amazing event. We have over 1,205 hackers participating in this hackathon. They came in from 76 different countries, spanning 18 different time zones. And we kind of put everybody on a map to see where they were from. And it's just incredible to see so much representation from all different continents around the world. In addition to that, we also saw 47 ecosystem partners and 246 ecosystem mentors who were here this entire time, helping all of the attendees get unblocked and get help on various technical projects. And we're giving away $300,000 in prizes. We're going to go into all of those details today. And before we go into that, I just want to take a quick second and really kind of congratulate and say that we had 214 submissions come out of this hackathon. This is absolutely incredible. Officially, this makes it our biggest event ever. We're super excited to see so many DeFi-focused hacks. Everything that we're going to see today and that came out of this event was a DeFi hack. And can't wait to show you all some of the incredible projects. And in addition to all of that, we had so much support from all these amazing protocols that were here this entire time, helping out people and offering amazing prizes. I want to quickly shout out Superfluid, WorldCoin, Uniswap Grants Program, Wallet Connect, IPFS Filecoin, Aave Grants DAO, DYDX, Babylon Finance, Polygon, Volts, Olympus, CK Sync, Swing, Unstoppable Domains, and Coinbase Wallet, Tempest, Gearbox, Lyra, The Graph, AP Wine, Badger, UMA, Compound, EPNS, Transact, Covalent, Nervos, Gnosis Safe, Oasis Foundation, Arbitrum, Teller, Spheron, Connext, Fuel, Odos, Maker, Chainstack, Chainlink, Yearn Finance, Baku, Redstone, Gamma, Capitalist, Secured Finance, Blockchain Space, Upstart, and QuantStamp. All these 46 amazing partners are just absolutely incredible to work with, and we're going to talk about all the prizes that everybody won. So let's go into the hackathon. So we had 214 submissions from this event. They all submitted 3 days ago on Sunday, and the next 2 days were judging and going through everything that came out of it. We saw some incredible obvious themes here, and we're going to see a lot of that here in these demos. There's a lot of amazing lending and options related hacks, especially with integrating NFTs. We saw a lot of creativity around layer 2s and zero knowledge proofs being integrated. There's a lot of stuff around asset management, integrations, and analytics. And also the most common thing that we saw was yield hacking and optimization, and being able to see that anywhere from multiple chains to on L2s. So we're going to see some of those highlights here. And through all of the judging process from those 200 projects, we landed on 10 finalists. So we're going to talk about who they are, and in no particular order. I want to congratulate Whip, Wido, OK Vault, BTF DCA, Evics, Yield Index, Hashbase, Polypeps, Jpegs, and Tex. These are our 10 finalists. They are going to be coming on this live stream now and demoing what they've built. And just want to give them a big round of applause here for being some of the amazing projects that everybody got excited about. So we're going to bring them on, but before we sort of go and kick off with the first demo here, I want to take a quick second and just really thank all of these 200 plus teams. Just because you were not a finalist does not mean you were not good enough. The goal for this live stream is to highlight some really interesting creative ideas that our judges saw as part of that event, and for us to actually highlight some of the things that we think are going to be anywhere from trends to important topics for building in the future. So to all of the 204 teams here, please don't take this as like a defeat. We really want you to continue building. If you need any help, whether it's more feedback or you want to talk to some people or want to get more specific feedback from some of the judges, please send us a note on Discord or email, and we'll be happy to can help you make this project that you worked on for the last few weeks a reality. And we're here to help and make sure that you continue to stay excited about everything that you built. In addition to that, there's also going to be opportunities for different grant programs to continue getting funding for building and continuing to build what you're doing. So there's also opportunities for that, and we'll be reaching out to you all over email. And for those of you who are interested, you can now head over to showcase.ethglobal.com to see a list of every project that came out of it, including the 10 finalists we're going to see today. So with that, we're going to bring on these 10 teams back to back to do demos of what they built. We're going to bring them on in this order. So we'll start off with Text, and then Jpegs, and then BTF, DCA, Lido, and Evics. So without further ado, let's bring on our very first demo for today. Please welcome Ina from Text. Ina, whenever you're ready, feel free to get started.
Hi, can you hear me?
Everything is great.
Okay, so hi, I'm Nina, and I'm from Team Text, and today I'll be presenting Text, the fairest DEX for traders. Just a second, I'll share my screen. Okay.
Perfect.
So Text is we are building the fairest DEX for traders. We have a team of 5 members, and our passion is to create a fair trading environment. So that's what led us to build Text. Text is a MEV-resistant DEX for swapping tokens without any hidden slippages. MEV is also known as the miner or maximum extractable value, and is essentially the additional profit a miner can make by arbitrarily including, excluding, or reordering a transactions within a block. So to prevent MEV on Text, we use time lock puzzles and zero-knowledge proof. Now, time lock puzzles require large computational resources, and the computation itself is very challenging. So this time lock solution itself wasn't very practical to use it prior to Text. So we developed a new scheme called PBDE by combining Sigma protocol and CK-SNARK to solve the time lock puzzles and prove the validity within 5 seconds. Next, for our demo, we'll show how the swap process works on Text. So swapping is the same as in any other DEXs, but there is a slight difference of encrypting the transactions on these front end, as you'll see. For this demo, we forked Uniswap's as front end and smart contract. And PBDE is the key feature that we've developed for Text. So I'm going to try to swap one Uni to Matic. It takes it delays for the price. We'll click swap and confirm swap. Sorry, there seems to be a delay. I'll try that one more time. So click swap and then confirm swap. And then sign the transaction on MetaMask. Now the transaction is being encrypted with a symmetric key generated from time lock puzzles, so that miners are not able to see the contents of it before they determine the transaction order. So this prevents them from manipulating the transactions, and then the transactions are executed. And while this is happening, the user is generating the proof of time lock puzzles and the encryption using PBDE. And once this transaction gets submitted, the user can check their order number for the transaction. In this case, it's 3. Next, we'll see the test codes for this demo step by step. So once Text receives the transaction and the proof, it needs to verify the proof. And if this is true, it determines the order of the transaction and saves it on the recorder contract. Just waiting for it to pop up. And then text also needs to find a symmetric key by solving the time puzzle. This takes around 8 seconds. Then it decrypts the transaction. Now, before the execution, let's bring the encrypted transactions and see the orders on the recorder contract. Text sends the decrypted transaction to the router contract for execution. Now that both contracts have received everything, the recorder contract and the router contract will talk to each other and make sure that the order is correct. Just waiting for the batch to pop up. The network can be unstable sometimes, so just waiting for it to pop up. So it's in this case, because the network is unstable, we will show the transaction that we have tested right before the demo. So we'll check that the transactions have been actually executed in the right order. Here on the left screen, the top shows the order of the transactions on the recorder contract, and the bottom shows the transaction hash on the swap contract. And I will search the block number on Polygon scan, and you can see all the transactions within the block, and the order of the transaction goes from bottom up. So if we compare the transaction hash with the order number and the address, you can see on Polygon scan that the transactions have been executed in the right order. So for example, order number 0 with the transaction hash 0x9 have been executed first, and order number 1, 0xd hash number have been executed next, and order number 2, 0xe have been executed last. So to end, our next step is to continue building text and partner with layer 2 and to implement our PBDE on ZK rollups to prevent MUD. Thank you so much for listening. And if you have any questions, you can contact us at theradius.xyz. Thank you.
Amazing. Thanks so much, Nina. This has been an awesome demo, and you were able to really make this work live. I know there were some difficulties, but the fact that we got to see this thing and the fact that you were able to make this definitively not go through reordering is incredible. So congrats, and we hope to see this go live very soon. All right, next up, we have our second team, and that is Project Jpegs. So Aditya, whenever you're ready, feel free to get started with your demo.
Sure. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Hello, everyone. I'm Aditya, and I have created Jpegs Finance for the HackMoney. Jpegs is the first on-chain NFT options trading platform. Problem with today's NFTs are it has less user base, mostly because of the size of the collection. Blue chip NFTs are expensive, no passive income to be earned from NFTs, and there is a huge gap between NFTs and DeFi. With the help of Jpegs, I'm trying to bridge the gap between NFTs and DeFi. Give me 1 second. Okay. There are a lot of people sitting on the sideline who wants to speculate on NFTs, but because of the high entry cost barrier, they are not able to do so. And also there are holders of blue chip NFTs who wants to speculate on NFTs, but they don't want to sell their rare NFTs. Introducing Jpegs. Jpegs solves all this problem by creating a derivative market where instead of selling your precious NFTs, you can trade options. Jpegs provide mass exposure to blue chip NFTs by reducing the entry cost barrier. And the most important of all, you can hedge your expensive NFTs by purchasing put options. Here is the description for the same. Here is a little market overview. We can see that the trading volume of NFTs are going down. That is mostly because the floor prices are going through the roof. Let's dive into the demo first, and we'll get back to the PPT later. So here's the UI of our application. Initially, we'll be supporting 3 vaults. Let's explore the Bored Ape Yacht Club. So similar to any option trade, there will be option buyer and there will be option seller. So let's go with the option buyer first. And let's say option buyer wants to purchase one option. The premium of it is 0.02 ETH. This premium is being set by the optimistic oracle. Let's preview the deposit and let's click on deposit. Waiting for the transaction to pop up. Once we confirm the transaction, let me explain you the architecture of the vault. So we have decided to have 2 expiries in a month. Each expiry corresponds to 1 epoch. There will be statistically decided strike prices, and the user can choose one of strike prices and can choose to buy or sell options on the same. The settlement of these options will be done in a European style. Now the deposit is successful. Let's go to the option seller side. Let's say option seller choose 125 ETH strike prices and wants to lock this NFT and sell call options. We'll deposit NFT preview. Then when we click deposit, waiting for the transaction to pop up. Now, upon confirming, this NFT will be logged into the vault until the option expiry. Now, let me explain you the settlement process. For now, we'll be going forward with manual settlement, but once Chainlink price feeds for NFTs are ready, we'll be integrating the same and the Oracle will take care of all the settlement process. Now, once this thing is confirmed, I'll show you what the NFTs log will look like. Waiting for it to confirm. Now the deposit is successful. And when you see here, you can see this particular NFT is being logged inside the vault. The strike price of 125 ETH, expiry of 30th May, and I am the owner, so you can see the owner information. If you go into the portfolio page, you will see that all the transactions are being recorded, and this, since the option hasn't expired yet, you cannot claim this thing. Since we'll be going forward with the manual settlement, let's expire the epoch and settle this thing. We'll be settling this with 124 ETH, waiting for the transaction to pop up. Sometimes it takes time. Yeah. Now, once we confirm this thing, I'll explain to you what is happening here. So we are settling it with 124 ETH, which is less than the strike price. That means the option has expired out of the money. And in this case, option seller can reclaim their NFTs without depositing anything into the back to the vault. On the other hand, if we would have expired it above the strike price, then the option would have expired in the money. And in that case, option buyer can exercise the option. In that case, option seller will have to deposit the difference of settlement price and strike price back into the vault, and that will be distributed on a proportionate basis to all the option buyers. Now, when we have expired the epoch, now let's settle this thing. Clicking on settle and waiting for the transaction to pop up. It takes time sometimes, but yeah. Now, upon clicking confirm, we are waiting for it to confirm. Till then, we can have a look at different transactions, waiting for it to confirm. Okay, till then we can come here and look into this. Meanwhile, that is happening. We have integrated WorldCoin for the same, so that the early users can claim an NFT, and the holder of those NFTs will get 20% off on trading fees for the same. Now we'll check whether the settlement has completed or not. Yes, it has completed. Upon refreshing, we will see that the user can claim the NFT now. Upon clicking claim NFT, a pop-up will happen. Yeah, it has happened now. Sometimes it takes time. Waiting for it to confirm. One transaction is going through. Upon confirmation of this thing, the NFTs will be reclaimed back to the user. Waiting for the transaction to confirm. Yeah, now it is confirmed. Upon refreshing, we will see that the option transaction has been wiped off, And if you go back to the option seller side, you can see that the NFT has been reclaimed by the user. So with by this demo, I'm trying to tell is this simple option trading will look like on NFTs. Let's go back to the presentation. This is what the timeline looks like. We'll be going forward with 3 vaults initially and the call options architecture. We are parallelly working on the put options and we'll make it live soon. We'll be integrating the support for put options soon. We'll be keep on adding more vaults as per community proposals. And once everything has happened, we'll be collaborating with other NFT cross DeFi protocols for the same. So this is what the expansion plan looks like. And if you want to get in touch with us, you can connect with us on the social profiles. That's pretty much it from my end. Thank you for watching.
Amazing. Thank you so much for that demo. I'm glad that you were able to make this work without any issues, and this is awesome. We'll hope to see that go live as well. And with that, we are ready for our next team, and that is BTF DCA. So whenever you're ready, feel free to get started. Thanks, Aditya.
Okay. Hi, let me just share my screen. Cool. So hello, everyone. I'm Omnifiant. I'm the creator of BTF DCA. And what is BTF DCA? It's a product that lets you buy crypto the smart way, that is through dollar cost averaging. We have a straight to the point UI UX, which you just ready, set, and you go. And it's built leveraging the benefits of Superfluid and Polygon. And for those that are not aware of what dollar cost averaging is, it's an investment strategy where you periodically buy an asset in constant amounts. And this is perfect for crypto and for hodlers. So it lets you just navigate smoothly through the volatility that the markets have. So let me show you how this works. So we'll go into demo. Okay, so this is the UI. This is the BTF DCA products. Just going to go and connect my wallet here. Cool, I'm connected. And I simply say that, hey, I want to buy a constant amount of my fake DIX token, let's say 5 fake DIX token, and I want to buy this asset, which is the ETH Global token, and I want to do this every day. So I simply set 5 and I click BTF DCA, and MetaMask pop-up comes up, and I'll just approve this transaction. And I wait a bit, and boom, that's it. Congrats, friend, you've just BTF DCA. And so this means that tomorrow I'll be getting my ETH Global X token in my wallet. And as I mentioned, this is built on top of Superfluid. So I want to show you that what I just did actually happened. So Superfluid, you have the console and you have a dashboard. And we can see the money getting sent to our smart contract. So we can see here, this is the balance that's going down. And if I refresh, because it takes a little bit, we'll see here the flow rate. So meaning that the money, the 5 fake DIX, is getting streamed per day. Okay. And then tomorrow, coming here to the wallet, I'll be able to get paid. Okay. What else? So going back here, how does this all work? As I mentioned, it's powered by Superfluid. It uses the Superfluid constant flow agreements, which allows you to stream money into a smart contract, and the instant distribution agreements, which are used to redistribute the money to the investors. It's running on Polygon, which means that we have low-cost transactions, and we're doing the swaps through Uniswap. Going a little bit more technical, this is how it works, and here we also have some of the things that I would have liked to have time to build, but didn't have, unfortunately. So the users with their wallets connect to the front end. From the front end, they simply click BTF DCA. That starts a Superfluid constant flow agreement, which puts the money into our smart contract. Then every day we go into Uniswap and we do the swap, and then we return back the money to our investors. So yeah, what's next? So this was a project built for the hackathon. So there's quite a bit of things that need to be polished and make this production ready. Want to find users for this. So all of that. And then in the future, more assets, maybe DCAing everything, more integrations with the DeFi protocols, and reinvesting into vaults, and so on. And so if you're interested, let me know. And thanks for your time.
Amazing. Thanks for that demo. This is such a simple and a cool utility that can be used in so many different ways. So I'm glad that you kind of made this through and presented it to everybody. Also, for clarification, we don't have a global token, so it's just a demo. But well, thank you so much. And with that, we are ready for our next demo. Next up is Roman from Wido Router. Roman, whenever you're ready.
Hi everyone, I'm Roman and I'm super excited to present Wido Router with you today, which is a cross-chain liquidity migration protocol. Let me jump straight into the demo. So here I am on the defi Finance website, and this is a Frax USDC LP vault. I would like to deposit into this vault. It lives on the Phantom chain. The problem is that I don't have anything inside my Phantom wallet. There are no tokens and only a little dust of FTM that is not enough to cover the deposit fee. On the other hand, I do have something on my Avalanche wallet. So what I could do is I could move or bridge my USDC from Avalanche over to Phantom. I would buy FTM tokens somewhere and then deposit into this vault using this ZAP. Alternatively, I can do all of that in a single step using Wido Router. Let me show you how that works. So this is the page we've built for this hackathon. It's live on this URL, as well as all our contracts are live on mainnet, so you can go and check it out yourself. So my wallet is connected as from, I'll select my USDC on Avalanche, and as the two, I'll go to vaults and I'll select Frax USDC LP vault by defi Finance on Phantom. Let's say I want to route 5%. I have approved already, so I'll just click route. I confirm. While the transaction is being mined, I'll move on with my demo and we'll get back here later on. To further represent the extensibility of this system, we've also built a Wido Router widget that dApps can integrate into their website. Let me show you an example of how this looks on the Yearn Finance website. I'm personally a huge fan of this team. So here I am on Yearn Finance, and when I switch to Ethereum, I have a deposit in the USDC vault on Ethereum. I have deposited into this vault in the past, but the APY went down recently, so I'd like to move it elsewhere. And I have discovered this vault on Phantom that I am particularly interested in at this moment. And it's this DAI vault that is currently offering 4%. So that what I would like to do is I would like to move my USDC from Ethereum all the way into this DAI vault on Phantom. That requires withdrawing on Ethereum, bridging to Phantom, exchanging from USDC into DAI, and then depositing. Let me show you how you can do all of that in a single transaction. And you won't need any FTM for that. So first, I'll install the widget into this site. It's super simple, just a few lines of code. The buttons are green now, so they are controlled by Wido. I can click deposit on this DAI vault. This little Wido Router pop-up comes up. I can select my USDC, my YV USDC from the Ethereum Yearn USDC vault. And let's say I want to move 50% of it. I have approved already, so I'll just click deposit. I need to switch my network to Ethereum, as that's where the source transaction happens. And I hit confirm. This transaction is going to be mined now. So I'll just move on with my presentation. I will get back here in a second. To sum up, Wido Router is a cross-chain liquidity migrations protocol. It supports deposits, withdrawals, and migrations across any chain any protocol or any layer 2. As part of this hackathon, we've added support for few vaults from Yearn and Beefy, and we would like to integrate more. So if you are a protocol and you would like to receive deposits from different chains or different layer 2s, make sure to reach out. And let's now check the state of the transaction. So this is the first transaction, USDC from Avalanche into Phantom. I have successfully received the LP token of Beefy. I can open up the transactions. This is the one on Avalanche, and then there is one on Phantom. And I can also see this one. This transaction from Ethereum to Phantom is still being mined. The one on Ethereum has finished successfully. The other one is still being mined, and I'm sure it's going to finish pretty quickly. So that was Why the Router. Thank you very much for listening.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much for doing that demo and really kind of making that, in a way, well, actually being production ready. You deployed on mainnet. This is incredible. So hopefully we all get to try this out after this live stream ends, and congrats.
Thank you.
All right. Next up, we have Lee from Evics. So whenever you're ready, feel free to get started.
Great. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Awesome. Thank you, Kartik. Hi, everyone. This is Evics, an on-chain volatility trading protocol. My name is Lee. I'm from San Francisco. I'm a software engineer and a former volatility and equity trader, and I worked on this solo. So what is Evics and why is it needed? Currently, there isn't an easy way to gain pure exposure to implied volatility levels in the DeFi ecosystem. This is a critical piece of the mature derivatives market, allowing for traders and market makers to hedge option exposures and speculate on future changes in volatility. In traditional equity markets, there's the VIX index, which is calculated from a weighted average of listed option prices. In the DeFi world, thanks to the existence of perpetual option-like swaps, we can more easily calculate an on-chain implied volatility level. For example, with Open Squeeze, ETH implied volatility is simply the square root of 365 times the daily funding rate. So how does it work? Evics is a single product to gain exposure to on-chain implied volatility without the need to dynamically change positions. V0 of the index is calculated using squeak funding rates. However, in the future, it will include other data sources such as Uniswap v3 pools and other on-chain and option markets. Traders deposit collateral in the protocol, and from there, they can buy or sell the Evics perpetual swap or can provide liquidity in the Evics trading pool to earn fees on traded volume. Funding is then paid or received on open positions based on the difference between the current index level and current pool price to maintain a peg between the pool and the index. And from there, we'll go on to our demo. Swap over. Great, so now we can see we are connected to the Evics protocol and we are ready to deposit some collateral and start doing some trading. So we want to deposit 250,000 USDC. And while we wait for that to confirm, we can go check out the provide liquidity screen. We can see that the current pool price is 117 and the index is actually marked a little higher at 125. And the current pool fee rate is 0.5%. And there's already 1 million USDC and 8,500 units of Evics in the pool. But we're more interested in trading. So let's go over to the trade window. We can see our 250,000 collateral has flowed through. With the current initial margin rate of 50%, we have a maximum trade size of 500,000. And we think volatility is going to go up in the future, but we're not quite sure how much. So we'll do a smaller trade and buy 50,000 USDC worth of Evics. So once that transaction flows through, we should see ourselves with a long position, and I'll give that a second. Awesome. So we can see our transaction has flowed through. We have a long position of around 400 units of Evics with an opening price of $123. And our collateral has gone down by half of that 50,000. Next up, I'm going to trigger a couple things manually that normally would be happening automatically. And first, I want to trigger an update to our index levels. So what that's going to do is pull the funding outputs from the Squeeze contract and do a new calculation of our index and update that index level in the protocol. So let's trigger that. And once that flows through, I want to settle funding on our position. And depending on whether the index is above or below, great. So we can see that the new index level is 146. And given that the pool price is below that, we would expect to receive funding on our long position. So let's settle the funding. And if we go back to the trade window, shortly we should see our accrued funding flow through. And awesome. So we can see that we have made around 7,000 USDC on funding on this position, given that volatility has gone up as we expected it to. And now we're ready to exit out of our position. So let's close our long position. And we can see that our collateral has come back plus the 7,000 USDC that we made on our funding. Awesome. So now we'll go back to the presentation. Great. So a couple of details on the technical side. There are three main contracts in use here. First is the Oracle contract, which keeps track of the current Evics index level and calculates updates to the index via outputs from the Squeeze contract. Second is the AMM pool, which is a constant product market maker and keeps track of current assets in the pool and the current price. And last is the margin pool contract, handling all end user interactions with the protocol, where users deposit collateral, make trades, and manage any LP positions they have. And this contract also handles settling funding, keeping track of collateral levels, and liquidating user positions. A couple quick things on our future work. It will include automating and decentralizing the index calculation and funding settlement process, incorporating other data feeds into the index, such as UniV3 pools and other option markets, expanding to different underliers and collateral types, adding the ability to trade expiring contracts, and implementing a retail-focused vault strategy similar to today's popular decentralized option vaults. With that, I want to say a big thank you to ETH Global, the judges and sponsors, for putting on a great hackathon. The demo app is live on Dropston at evics-app.herokuapp.com with a mock USDC faucet up on the site. And there's also a work in progress white paper up there as well. If anyone has any questions or wants to chat volatility, my DMs are open on Twitter at @lmount_. Thank you.
Amazing. Thanks, Lee. Amazing demo, perfect product in the current market that we need. So I hope that this goes to mainnet soon for for all of us to benefit. And glad to see this also on testnet. All right, next up we have Lewis from OK Vault. So Lewis, whenever you're ready. We'll just have you turn on the video and unmute yourself, and we should be good to go on the live stream.
Perfect, got it, thanks. Here we go. Hey, HackMoney, my name is Luis, and I'm part of Organic Labs. Today, we're gonna be presenting to you our latest product, OK Vault, the first reverse bidding auction generator. We currently live in a world where big individuals are able to win auctions by pushing more money and outbidding the regular individuals. But don't worry, we're here to change that. Regular auctions have one thing in mind: make money. And this benefits the whales, individuals that can easily outbid anyone else by pushing more money into the auction. To be clear, becoming a whale is not rocket science. You don't keep to be pushing money into your wallets. But let's take a minute and wonder a simple question. What if? What if we could imagine a new type of auction? A new type of auction that brings powers to the smaller individuals. An auction where everyone is invited. An auction owned by the community, and most importantly, an auction that can maximize the profits for the creators. We present to you the reverse bidding auction. It follows one simple premise. The winner will be whoever bids the lowest unique amount between 1 cent and $100. Everybody pays a small entry fee defined by the creator and earns a fair chance to win the auction. During this hackathon, we created a mobile app to interact with our small contracts. We're now fully integrated with MetaMask and our sponsor, Coinbase Wallet. We're also using the new EPNS service to deliver push notifications to all of our participants. And we have completed the migration of our smart contracts to the popular CK Sync 2.0. Now, let's take a look at OK Vault in action. You can download our mobile app with one click by visiting this website. Once we have logged in, we'll be able to browse different live auctions and review the details. You can now place your bid by simply selecting between 1 cent and $100 that you want to place your bid. You will only pay the entry fee that was defined by the creator. Once the auction has been completed and everybody has placed their bids, the owner of the auction will be able to withdraw the funds and select the winner. To find out the winner of this auction, we'll go bid by bid and cancel every duplicated bid in the auction. For example, 1 cent and 18 cents. Once we have completely burned all the repeated bids, we're left with a short list of unique numbers, and it's very simple to find out the lower bid out of the short list. In the future months, we'll allow you to add multiple standard tokens to your vault, including ERC20s, 721s, and of course, 1155s. Winners will receive a POP for the auction, and by the end of this year, we'll complete our rollout in our CK rollouts. A new world is in the making. Don't let the world decide your future. Scan this code or visit this website to join our DeFi revolution. Get your Matic on Mumbai ready and join our alpha action this afternoon to win up to 111 Matic. The entry fee is only 10 cents of Matic. We hope this idea inspires you to build on top and create new products along the way. We'd love to hear your thoughts and feedback, whether you're an investor, a creator, or a charity organization. Reach out to us on Twitter, Discord, or GitHub. Thank you for your time.
Amazing. Thanks so much, Luis. That was a really good way to think about fairness, and I'm glad that you were able to make that demo, and can't wait to have this become a norm in how we do auctions from here on. Congrats.
Thanks, Kartik. Sorry that I didn't turn on my video. I just forgot.
All good. Well, we can see you now, and we also saw an amazing demo. So great. Well,
Awesome.
Thank you. And with that, we are ready for our next demo, and that is Team Hashspace. So Ali and team, whenever you're ready.
Thank you so much, Kartik. Chris, please go ahead and share your screen. Brilliant. Hi, we are Team Hashspace. We have created a DeFi product discovery game. Our team has found each other during HackMoney and ETH Amsterdam. Right now, it's very hard for users to discover and trial the many DeFi products available to them. We have created a space exploration adventure game by combining GameFi, DeFi, and HealthFi. We reward users for discovering and trying new DeFi products. Players travel the galaxy in a starship fueled by their footsteps. Each planet they visit is a different DeFi protocol, and they can win yield from it to get a first-hand taste. This is a completely new user acquisition opportunity for DeFi products. Players start by choosing a galaxy. We have deployed the game across 3 different chains: Polygon, Oasis, and Arbitrum. The player registers and buys an NFT starship. The NFT sales populate the game's treasury. The treasury is deployed in the planets. These planets are actually vaults, which are powered by partner DeFi solutions. They generate yield over time using their respective protocol. The ships are powered by players' footsteps synced from smart devices. When players arrive at a planet, they learn more about the protocol, and the first player to arrive gets the yield as bounty. When a new protocol is ready to be featured in the game, we introduce them as a new planet. This creates an ever-growing universe for players. Let's check out the demo now.
So here we are at hashbase.quest, and we have some information about the game. And this is where new users can come and register by clicking this button here. When a new user registers, that mints an NFT for them at the cost of 0.01 of the respective token, and that NFT can be seen also on OpenSea. When a new player joins the game, a notification is sent to the EPNS channel, as well as other mechanics around the game, so people can subscribe for updates if they want to. I'm going to join by connecting my wallet. And once I'm in, I can see the number of steps that I have already synced and the amount that I've earned in the game. If I wanted to sync more steps, I can click here, and this queries the Google Fit API and will update the number of steps I have in the top right. I can now click through and go to the game. And here I can see the galaxy, and this is the Polygon planetary system because we're on Mumbai at the moment. And I can see a number of different planets, and I can see the starships for other players inside this game. If I want to, I can click on other planets and get more information about the games. So here, about the protocols that are behind the planets. So here I can see MakerDAO is the protocol generating yield for this planet. I can also then have a look at a few others. So here, for example, we have Uniswap generating the yield here. The red spaceship is my starship, and I'm currently on a Yearn planet. And this one up here is Arve. And I can move to these different planets. So here I can see I need 1,720 steps, and I have enough. So therefore, I can initiate a movement over to this new planet. And here I can see my starship moving. And once I land, it will initiate a transaction, which does a few different things. The first thing that it does is update the location of my starship NFT on chain. Additionally, it will also discount the number of steps that I have. And depending on whether there is any yield available on this particular planet, it may or may not increment the amount that I've earned. So I'm just going to initiate that transaction now. And while the transaction is going through, we have this blue bar at the top to indicate that things are being processed. And once the transaction completes, we'll see the steps go down, and we'll find out whether or not we earned any reward from visiting this particular planet. We can also keep up to date with game ongoings, again, via the EPNS channel. So here we have the hashbase.quest EPNS channel people can subscribe to. And here we can see that I was lucky. I earned 0.005 from visiting this planet. It's gone up to 0.03. So I was very kind of happy to earn that yield. And additionally, one of the kind of plans for expansion is to add new planets. And as you can see, this universe is infinitely expandable. It's all different planets, and we can continue to add more. And these are the amazing chains, DeFi protocols, and tools that we used during the hack. Our next steps are to port the game to mainnet, to also add Arve and Yearn as the initial yield planets. And we're going to be deploying on Optimism on Gnosis next as well. This is the live link for our demo, hashbase.quest. You can check it out. And this is the source code on GitHub. Thank you.
Amazing, Chris, Ollie, and the rest of the team. Congrats on this really fun, amazing game. This is definitely one creative way to get more people involved, and hope to see this live and in everybody's hands. Amazing. All right, so next up we have Alex from Yield Index. Alex, whenever you're ready, feel free to get started.
Hey. Yes, so today I want to present you an yield index, product where you can create an index of yield opportunities while others can invest it in one click. So on this hackathon, we worked as a team of 3 people. Me, myself, worked on the product. Pyle worked on the front end, while Yegor worked on the smart contracts. So with no further ado, let's dive into a product and let's create some indexes. So we currently integrated with ERC20 stablecoins, Aave deposits, and used Yearn vaults. So let's create like Yearn meta vault. So we will add like all Yearn's stablecoins vaults and earn yields on them. So here we can select the weights of our vaults. Let's say we trust in DAI more than other stablecoins, and we will allocate the funds accordingly. So on the final step, we can see the overview of our index. We can name it. Let's name it Meta Yearn. And we can see the total APY, and let's deploy our index on chain. We currently deployed on Phantom. In the future, we want to deploy on like other Ethereum's L2s, like Arbitrum or Optimism. So here's like our index. We can see as a user what's in this index. We can see the index composition. We can see the APY for this index, and we can invest in it. So let's say we want to invest 0.1 USDT in this index. First of all, we need to approve token spending. Now we are ready to buy this index. So under the hood, we are depositing USDT to USDT wire on Vault. Then we're swapping a portion of USDT into DAI and deposited it to DAI wire on Vault, and the same for USDC. And in exchange, the smart contract sending a user as token representing a share in an index. So here, like we can see that we have like a portion of this index, and now we can withdraw it when we earned enough. And like as a index creator, I can also rebalance it. It's currently done manually, so I can change like the index composition. For example, I can like rebalance from DAI to USDC. It's not working. Let me refresh the page. It's not working. Yes, in the future, we want to like add support for other Ethereum L2 networks, add more yield instruments to our product, and move to like cross-chain, add some cross-chain support to allow like people compose indexes for cross-chain products. So if you want to get in touch, you can find like our contacts on our team webpage. And like thanks everyone from Ace Global for this event. And we are happy to get in touch. Thanks.
Amazing. Thanks, Alex. I guess this wouldn't be a hackathon demo if Murphy's Law doesn't kick in, but we kind of made it through at the end, and only some minor issues did not see the rebalance, but everything else was great. Congrats on making this an awesome protocol that kind of makes an index out of other yields, and looking forward to using that someday. All right, 2 more demos to go, and then we can go into all the prizes. So next up, we have our second last team, and that is Polypeps.
Hey everyone. So I'm Joseph, we're a team of 5, and today we are proud to present you Polypeps, an innovative protocol allowing the use of NFTs as collateral for a loan. Indeed, we believe that we are just at the beginning of NFTs and that we need to propose today standards for NFT use tomorrow. In fact, today these NFTs are generally not used. It is impossible to integrate them easily into DeFi, to use leverage, or simply to hedge part of the investment risk. Some protocols try to solve this problem by using 2 approaches. protocol based on an Aave fork that works perfectly fine with liquid token, but when it comes to NFTs, you can borrow only up to often 30% of the LTV. The second approach are based on an inefficient P2P system when you need to find someone ready to lend you for a certain amount, certain duration, and with a certain interest. For this reason, we developed Polypeps, a protocol that allows instant lending using NFTs, allowing a high rate of return for liquidity provider. The protocol uses an on-chain order book to allow for LTV that reflect the risk appetite of the market and make matching between borrowers efficient. The liquidity provider will, for a given collection, choose a LTV for any NFT and deposit liquidity. In this way, the market decides on the pricing of the NFT. The borrower can then borrow instantly up to a certain maximum amount, depending on its collateral, and repay at any time before the due date. This predefined date corresponds in this contract for this proof of concept to the date used by the vast majority of loans, which is actually 2 weeks. How does it work? Well, it's quite simple for the user. In this case, the liquidity provider, this is the liquidity provider side. Remember, our system is based on a one-side order book. So the liquidity provider will have to determine for a given collection how much he wants to deposit and the maximum amount that can be borrowed for any NFT in this collection. Those at the top of the order book will match first with the borrowers. Borrowed liquidity is no longer available during the time of borrowing. Unused liquidity is deposited on a lending platform to ensure minimum yield while waiting to be matched. We'll see this a little bit further, but this is the main innovation in our product. For the borrower side, it's even simple. You choose for a collection one or multiple NFTs as collateral. You can instantly borrow a certain amount of ETH determined by the market. You've got an interest fixed, and you have your loan duration. And at some point, if someone forgot to repay is notable, the NFT ceased to go to a Dutch auction. And through game theory, we should be able to extract the fair value on the markets. So we deploy on Polygon Mumbai, so testnet, and Arbitrum Rinkeby. As I said, we implement also Compound on Rinkeby and Aave on Mumbai to put to work unused liquidity. So let's go to the demo time. So once that you have connected your wallet, you end up on the markets. Those are the collections that you can use today to supply and borrow. You also have the auction, I will come back to it later, and the dashboard with all of your position. Let's try to borrow. This is the simplest action. So you can use one of the NFT in your collection, and the market has determined that you can, with this liquidity available, you can borrow up to 100 ETH. In this case, I will simply borrow 35. So here you go. And you can see your position then on the dashboard with the countdown, the interest, and you can repay at any time. For the supply side, so let's say we're going to supply with the same collection. The main advantage here is that, for example, I can supply only 3.5 ETH, and I'm ready to lend up to 80 ETH for one NFT of this collection. So this is the main innovation part. Very good. Okay, so like I said, this is the way for us to determine the LTV that can be lent and borrow on the market. Yeah, okay, I think it should work anyway. And so, for example, let's try to repay one of the loan that we have made before. So you pay not only the interest and the loan itself. Okay, so, and as I said, the auction part is like the place when NFTs that can be paid back or seized, and through time, the price will decrease to zero. So at some point, it will meet the fair market price, and we can repay the liquidity provider with the fair market price of the NFT. So the next step today, we plan to launch on mainnet, of course, to add some securities features, some safety nets, and we're looking not only for people to join us on this adventure, but also NFTs collection that want to be implemented first on the platform. Thank you very much.
Joseph, thank you so much for that awesome demo, and just relaying stuff I'm seeing in the comments. This is such a beautiful UI, and really hope to see this on mainnet. So congrats. All right. Well, with that, we are ready for our 10th and the last demo for today. So without further ado, let's welcome Whip.
Hello, everybody. I'm Not Your Handle from Team Butter, and this is Whip. So at Butter, we like to see ourselves as sitting in between DAOs and their treasuries. And one of the things that we notice is that DAOs have a lot of inherent risk. And what we thought we'd do with Whip is we try to expose that risk. And that meant that Whip felt we could focus on treasury risk metrics and strategy backtesting. I just want to give you a little bit of background. As we know, we're in one hell of a downturn at the moment. And I mean, it sucks for us as investors and people who live in Web3, but it really sucks for DAOs. Some of them have gone from having massive treasuries that could last them for decades to basically nothing. And they're having to put in these incredible emergency measures like, stopping hiring or stopping some of the work they plan to do. And this is not a new phenomenon. This risk was baked in during the bull market, where most treasuries, they do a token sell, they issue assets, and they hold those assets. They don't dump them. And so that means that most of their treasury is denominated in a single token, maybe two tokens. And as I just said, that could mean this is the uni treasury. You go from $4.2 billion in November down to about $2 billion in February. Tough, really tough. And there's a lot of volatility inherent in running a treasury. But also the treasuries are made up of crypto assets, and turns out they're super, super correlated. So hard to actually offset some of that risk. If one thing goes down, most of it's going down. So it's really, really tough. Just by the way, the only thing that's uncorrelated there is Doge, for anyone who wants to avoid risk, hold Doge. But realistically, there's a ton of great products out there in the market. Some of them are very new, but they are there. And the only problem is you kind of need a lot of expertise to be able to use them, even find them. And now actually, because of solidity and the environment in which these products are deployed, you need a lot of technical expertise as well. DAOs can't just walk into these products and leverage them. So what's our problem? We've got treasury risk. It's going unidentified. We don't have enough expertise. We don't have enough focus. Solutions do exist, but we need special knowledge to evaluate and operate those solutions. Our solution at Whip is real-time treasury risk analysis, access to risk mitigation strategies, and the ability to backtest those strategies before committing. The product is what it looks like on the right. As I said, it has the kind of graph on the left. You basically, on the right, you will pick a strategy and then you backtest it and it gives you the overlay on the left. Fairly simple stuff. What I'm gonna do is just switch over to the demo and give you a little walkthrough. So this is the BitDAO treasury. You can see it started at nothing. And yeah, this is the year view. Switch to the 3-month view. It's probably a bit more straightforward. So this is the value in that over the past 3 months. We've got the total value here, the volatility here, and then the return versus ETH. And then we have the actual allocations, the volatility of each of those assets, and then the risk contribution. Some of those are negatives, there's some rounding errors in there. And then what we have over here is the products available. And so you could imagine this basically being able to curate products and plug those treasuries straight into them. What I'll do actually is just quickly switch over to another treasury, which is the Uniswap treasury. And in this one, again, this is Uni, this is the whole year. And I said before, Uni's obviously experienced a significant loss in value. We only have one asset, right? So the risk contribution is 100%. So there's a fair amount you could do here. One of the things that we worked on before was this spread product, which allowed you to spread using Superfluid your tokens into balancer pools and rebalance over time. So imagine you could plug that in, you could click it, and you could actually test that strategy right here. So what we're going to do is we've got our asset here. Imagine this just says Uni, and then here we're going to put in 20%. And then when we hit review, what we should see is what that would look like if we had actually done this 3 months ago. If we had actually run this strategy, what would the impact be? And you can see we basically are dampening the kind of volatility by about 20%. It's a fairly simple calculation, this one. But you can imagine how much more interesting this could be if you were to look at debt-based funding using the UMA's range token, for instance. So you're actually adding assets to the treasury without selling them and then actually repaying them later on. Or using other strategies, using like the squeeze strategies, you're actually hedging, or you're actually you're diversifying into ETH itself. And sometimes even one of the good metrics here is just return versus ETH. Lots of treasuries are probably underperforming. So they have a fairly clear metric of what would have happened if they'd literally just held F? And obviously there's a ton more that we could do here in terms of surfacing some of the properties. So you could actually change how much you're diversifying, the time over which you're diversifying, and so on and so forth. And so we'd hope to in the future add a lot more of those strategies and allow you to stack some of these strategies up. So last but not least, that was a demo. If you want to find us, we're at whip.buttery.money. Just put in a treasury address to see the volatility in that treasury, and you can find the actual repo on github.com/butterdao/whip, but we are not a DAO, and these are the handles of the team. There's 4 of us, and yeah, you can find us all on GitHub. Thank you very much.
Amazing. Thank you so much. And thank you for being a really amazing last demo for today. This is such a cool utility to kind of manage treasury, especially at scale, and just being able to see literally what a 20% shock resetting would do is not a small thing. So I'm glad that we're able to make this thing work for the hackathon, and hope to see other DAOs use this too.
Absolutely. Cheers, Kartik.
Congrats. All right. So that concludes all 10 of our finalist demos. So I want to quickly thank all these teams again: Text, Jpegs, BTF, DCA, Wider Router, Evics, OK Vault, Hashbase, Yield Index, Polypeps, and Whip. These are our amazing finalists. And I know all of you have been waiting for when we get to the prizes. So without further ado, let's go into all the prizes that everybody's won from this hackathon. So we're going to start off with IPFS and Filecoin prizes. So IPDEX wins the first place prize for $6,000. Redfin wins $3,000 for the second place, and DBIN will be receiving $2,000 for the third place. And then Hashbase, Juice, Sport Fundraiser, App, Silo, Deco, Dbook Market, Once, and DSalary will be splitting $5,000 equally for the pool prize for IPFS and Filecoin. Congratulations to all of these teams. Next up is WorldCoin. So we have Value for $6,000, Postred for $4,000 second place, and Once for $2,000 third place prize for using the best privacy preserving or using the identity integration for WorldCoin. And then the following 9 teams will be receiving $4,000 split between them equally. So congratulations to all of these amazing teams. Then we have Wallet Connect. For the DeFi track, Hashbase wins $4,000 for the first place. Swing Swapper wins $2,000, and Krypton will be receiving $1,000 for the third place, best DeFi track winner. Then on the social track, we have DeFi Explorer for the first $4,000 first place prize, Hi-Fi Me for $2,000, and MeTag for third place, $1,000 prize for being the best social track integration. And then Banked, Identity Connect, Lighthouse, and Superstaker will be receiving $500 each for being honorable mentions. Congratulations to all the Wallet Connect winners. Next up, we have Uniswap Grants Program. So Tex wins $4,000 for the best use of Uniswap tooling. Swing Swapper will be receiving $2,500 for the second place, and Aqueduct will be receiving $1,000. MEV Inspect.js will be receiving a fourth place $500 complimentary prize. And then on the most innovative track for integrating Uniswap contracts, IPDEX wins $4,000 for the first place. Laxis Dex will be receiving $2,500, and CashCow.Quest will be receiving $1,000 for the third place, and MEV Explorer $500 for fourth place consolation. Next up, we have Superfluid. So Trust Finance will be receiving the $4,000 top overall integration for Superfluid. And then we have Aqueduct receiving $3,000 for the best project that enables streaming in and out of LP positions, and Stream Polis will be receiving $3,000 for the best lending application leveraging the Superfluid protocol. Then we have LoanDAO for the most innovative use of ACL, receiving $2,000. SaveZen also receiving $2,000 for the best use of Superfluid for insurance category. And Sleepin will be receiving $1,000 for the best Superfluid integration with another sponsor. Congratulations to all the Superfluid winners. Then we have Babylon Finance. So Babylon Finance plus Badger DAO will be receiving the $4,500 first place prize. UMA Integration for Babylon will be receiving $4,500 for the top best integration, and Invent will be receiving $1,000 for the second place prize. So congratulations to all 3 of these teams. Next up, we have ZK Sync. ZK Tribe will be receiving the first place $1,500 for the best integration of ZK Sync. Then we have ENS L2 support getting this the split as well for $1,500. And then the 11 teams listed below will be sharing $5,000 equally amongst themselves for the pool prize category. Congratulations to all ZK Sync winners. Then we have Badger. DAO, and Badger_strategy will be receiving the first place $2,000 prize, and then DeFi strategy will be receiving $1,000 second place prize. And then DeFi Spotlight, Babylon Finance plus Badger DAO, and Leverage Yield will be splitting 2,100 amongst themselves equally. So congratulations to being the pool prize recipients. Then we have Gearbox and Leverage Yield will be receiving the first prize for the best Gearbox integration for $4,000. Then we have AP Wine. So the best integration of AP Wine is Hashspace, also going to be receiving $2,000 in APW tokens. So congratulations to Hashspace. Then we have UMA. So ZK Tribe wins the first place best UMA integration for $5,000. And then UMA integration for Babylon will be receiving $3,000 for the second place integration. Congratulations to both of these teams. Then we have Volts. So Volts Liquid will be receiving the first place $4,000 prize. Easy LP will be receiving $2,000, and Leverage Yield will be receiving $1,000 for the third place best use of Volts protocol. Then we have Tempest. Hedgehog takes $5,000 for the first place prize of the best fixed income protocol integration with Tempest. Leverage Yield will be receiving $1,500, and integration of Maple Finance pools into Tempest will be receiving third place or second place, splitting $1,500 as well. Congratulations. Then we have Coinbase Wallet. So Identity Connect and SafeSend are going to be receiving the first place prize, and then these 18 teams will be splitting $6,000 amongst themselves equally for the pool prize category. So congratulations to all of these amazing teams. Then we have Lyra, and we have Forte Covered Strangle for $4,000 will be the best options integration prize. Versatile Options Trading will be receiving $2,000, and Leverage Yield will be receiving $1,000 for the best or for the third place Lyra SDK integration. Congratulations to all three of these teams. Then we have Swing, and $2,000 will be going to Swing Swapper for the best integration for building really easy cross-chain dApps. Then we have Polygon. So Polypeps will be receiving the first place $5,000 prize for the best Polygon integration. Then we have Mac Insurance receiving $3,000 for the second place, and MEV Inspect.js getting the third place $2,000 prize. And we also have 6 runner-ups for the Polygon prize. We have MirrorDAO, InsureFi, Smart Wallet, MEV Inspect.js, Karen, and Gig Economy receiving $1,000 each. Congratulations to all of these amazing teams. Next up, we have Aave Grand Style. So Smart Wallet will be receiving the first place $7,500 prize. Inchi Trade will be getting the second place $4,500 prize. And Yield Index will be receiving $3,000 for the third place best use of Aave. And CPO will be getting a fourth place $1,000 consolation prize. Congratulations. Then we have DYDX. So we have LogMe Capital receiving $5,000 for the first place. DeFi Spotlight getting $3,000. And DeFi Board getting $2,000 for the third place, best use of DYDX in your application. Next up is Unstoppable Domains. So DeFi Lux will be receiving $2,000 for the first place integration prize. Fraction Protocol will be getting $1,500 for the second place, and Recovery Crypto Management will be getting $1,000 for the third place of best use of Unstoppable. And then the following 9 teams will be splitting $3,500 equally amongst themselves. So congratulations to all of these 12 teams. Then we have the graph. So there are 2 tracks for the graph. So the best use of an existing subgraph winners are as follows. So Cortra Protocol gets $2,500. CasPay will be receiving $1,000 for second place, and LatchAssist will be getting $500 for third place. Then we have the best new subgraph category, and High5Me will be receiving $2,500 for the first place. MEV Explorer will be getting $1,000, and StreamPolis will be receiving $500 for the third place prize. Congratulations to all the graph winners. And then we have ZK Tribe getting $3,000 for the best integration with Connext. Then we have Chainlink, and Rocket Protocol, RateX, Hybrids, and Mac Insurance will be receiving $1,000 each in Link tokens. Congratulations. Next up, we have Waku, and DBIN will be getting the first place $1,000 prize, and Workpools, Unreal Market, DAO Lenders, and Wolon 3.0 will be receiving $2,000 equally amongst themselves, so $500 each to these teams. Then we have Fuel. So Fuel EIP 191 support gets $2,000 for the best use of Fuel, and then EasyLP is also going to be taking $2,000 and splitting that amount. Congratulations to both of these teams. Next up, we have EPNS. So Gig Economy will be receiving $2,000 for the first place in the best use of EPNS protocol, plus a special NFT. And then Hashbase will be receiving $1,500 for the second place, and Redfin will be getting $500 for the third place. Next up, we have Maker. Teleportal will be receiving $3,500 for the best use of Maker in their protocol, and then DeFi Spotlight will be receiving a $500 second place prize. Congratulations. And then we have Lootbase getting $2,000 for the wildcard Gnosis Safe integration. Congratulations. Then we have Yearn Finance, and we have Yield Index receiving $2,000 for the first place use of Yearn Finance, Wider Router getting second place $1,000 prize, and then Battery and Leverage Yield will be receiving $500 each for a third place prize. Congratulations to all of these teams. Next up, we have Redstone for the best use of Oracle uses there, and Caspig wins $500 and also Once, who will also be taking $500. So congratulations to Caspig and Once. Then we have Teller. So Tribe of the Commons will be receiving $2,500 for the first place prize for the best use of Teller integration, and Hashbase will be getting $1,000 for the second place, and BlockFi will be getting $500 for the third place best Teller integration. Congratulations. Now on to Covalent. So we have only pool prize for this category. So these 27 teams will be splitting $5,300 amongst themselves equally. So congratulations to all these teams for being Covalent pool prize winners. Then we have Compound. So we have self-repaying loans for $3,000 for the best use of Compound integration. And then the following 9 projects will be splitting $1,000 equally amongst themselves for the pool prize category. Then we have Spheron, and these 10 teams will be receiving $200 each for the best integration of decentralized storage networks. Congratulations. Next up, we have Transact, and these 16 teams will be splitting $4,000 equally amongst themselves for being the pool prize recipients. So congratulations to all 16 of these teams. Next up, we have Oasis, and Hashbase will be taking home $4,000 for the best use of Oasis integration. Then we have Arbitrum, so we have Polypeps and Juice, each receiving $2,000 for integrating Arbitrum into their protocol. Congratulations to both of you again. And I know I went through a lot of them really quickly, especially on the pool prize categories, but don't worry, we will all be sharing the names very soon on Discord and also over email. So you don't have to worry too much about not being able to see if you want or not. Plus, you can also rewind this video live stream and just check and pause again. But just before we're going to get there, I want to make a quick note about the delivery rules. So everything is tentative and not final, which means that we have all the information that we need. We just have to review everybody's projects before we actually send any of these prizes. So we'll be verifying everybody's code base to make sure that everything that was built, everything that we're going to give a prize for was built through the hackathon, and only then we get to distribute the prizes for everybody. That tentative date right now is June 1st, so we should have all of these things distributed by next week. And also, if you applied for a pool prize and you don't see yourself on the list here, you do have the ability to bring that up and dispute any kind of misinformation or miscategorization during your submission process, but you have to do it in the next 24 hours. We'll be sending another message on the Discord clarifying that if you don't see yourself there, please ping us now. But after 24 hours from now, we will not make any changes to that list. So congratulations to all of these amazing teams, and we will send all that information for how to collect, redeem, and what the totals are to all of you very soon over multiple channels. And while this is still in the build process, you can head over to showcase.ethglobal.com, and in the next little while, we'll be able to see all the projects listed. And if you go on your own project page from there, you can see which prizes you've won on your own project. So you don't have to remember, you can just go on your own project submission and see on the right sidebar the prizes you have been awarded. So congrats. And we are now at the very end of concluding Hack Money. So before we kind of wrap things up, I want to say a few thank yous. There's a lot of people that make all these events happen, especially behind the scenes. This is our biggest event ever. There's just 1,200 hackers, but including everybody else, we have over 1,500 people helping out to make sure this event was successful from 76 different countries around the world. And it's just still mind-blowing that we're able to manage to scale and have all of you included and be part of this thing. And to kind of keep things running smoothly, we got to thank everybody that made sure that this actually is the right experience that everybody experiences. So I want to first thank all of our judges and mentors for taking the time to review 200 plus projects in a very short amount of time and giving really valuable feedback to all of our teams. So congratulations to all of the team members, and also thank you to all of our judges. Then we have some of our amazing volunteers that make sure that things run smoothly behind the scenes, whether it's a Zoom call with 1,000 people to making sure that anything that you have a question about is answered, to anything that you're stuck on is addressed immediately. I want to thank all of these volunteers that make this possible. Then we had so many amazing speakers giving workshops, talks, interviews, and helping out with the summit. So all of these amazing speakers were there creating so much educational content for all of you to use and learn from. And I want to thank all of them here especially. And then also our 200 plus amazing partners. There's so many people here from so many different protocols, really making sure that we're able to drive this space forward, independent of what's happening in the markets, and being able to focus on getting the developers the right way of getting access and unblocked on any of the things that they're stuck on, to make sure that they have a great experience so they continue building. Without all of these partners, this would absolutely not be possible. I want to thank all of them for kind of being with us for the last 3 weeks. And lastly, I want to give a quick shout out to the ETH Global team, which does so much countless hard work behind the scenes to make sure that you're able to have a really consistent and amazing experience. So quickly shouting out to Kevin K, Kevin, Ivan, Cree, Wichi, Minnie, and Moaz, Luke, Emily, Andrew, and Jacob from our team, making sure that you all have an amazing experience and you consistently continue to have that from moving forward. So those were all the thank yous, and let's try to wrap things up. So the finalists, we call them the finalists because we really don't want these events to be designed as a competition. If you've been to any global event before, you'll kind of know the spoiler here, but when we say somebody's a finalist, we're effectively saying they came first, because we really don't want to make this a competition, and this becomes a way for us to really highlight some of the projects that we're excited about and everybody else in the community is as well. So as of right now, officially, the 10 teams that presented on this live stream are our official winners, coming in first together. And as part of that, we'll be giving 1,500 USDC per member from each of those 10 teams. So congratulations to all of these teams. In addition to all of your prizes that you may have won, ETH Global will be giving 1,500 to each of these team members. So congrats for being our finalists. And that's not it. For all of you who are still here with us, we are also going to be giving an amazing HackMoney t-shirt, which is now available for you to claim on swag.ethglobal.com. So if you submitted a project, I want to really emphasize submitted, not just participated, submitted a project. You can simply go over to swag.ethglobal.com, click on the HackMoney shirt, and put your email in. You'll be able to get a free t-shirt delivered to wherever you are in the world in the next couple of weeks. And you all get to enjoy a physical memorabilia of this event. And I want to thank all of you for taking the last few weeks, especially to all of you as hackers, over 1,200 of you that spent all this amount of time and energy in really kind of taking the time to better your own skills. So congratulations, and we'll be following up with all these details again over email. So just because you're not on this live stream does not mean you won't be able to get access to everything that we announced today. So congratulations to everybody again. This does wrap up this event in particular. We are ready now for what's next. And before we close off this live stream, I want to do one quick thing, which is something we haven't done before, but we're going to do this for the first time this year. And we're going to announce the entire 2022 events calendar. Moving away from just the next event on our horizon, we are ready to roll on for everything we're going to be doing as ETH Global for 2022. So without further ado, here are all the events that we are going to have from here on. We're going to start off with ETH New York. That is in exactly a month in New York City. This is our in-person event, our second in-person event of the year. This will be taking place on the 24th to 26th. To learn more about it or attend the event, please head over to nyc.ethglobal.com. after New York, we are going to be running our third iteration of HackFS. This is an event in partnership with Protocol Labs to build really interesting things that are purely decentralized from a storage and application standpoint. So HackFS returns from July 8th to 29th. And you can head out to fs.eatglobal.com to learn more and apply to attend immediately. Then we're going to go in person again with Mexico City. So Eat Mexico will be happening on 19th of August to 21st. That is the weekend. And for those of you in that part of the world, we'd love to have all of you join us in person in Mexico City and see you all for our next third in-person event of this year. Then we are going to do our biggest event of the year. This will be an online event called Eat Online, and this is already gearing up to be one of the best events we're ever going to put on. So we've opened up the applications already for this, but you can head over to online.eatglobal.com to get involved in Eat Online, which will be all of September. And then after that, we return to in-person with Eat Bogota. Eat Bogota is happening at the same weekend in Bogota City in Colombia with DEF CON. So we will do the hackathon, which is going to be one of our larger 1,000+ person events. And then the official Ethereum DEF CON starts the day after. So for those of you who are planning on attending DEF CON or are interested in attending this event and being part of the entire Ethereum community, we can't wait to see you in Bogota. You can head over to bogota.eatglobal.com for all of those details. And then we are going to do another large event in San Francisco. So Eat San Francisco will happen on November 4th to 6th. And all of you who are in the Bay Area or in the US or want to join us in the city of San Francisco are welcome to attend. This is also going to be one of our 1,000+ person events. We can't wait to see all of you here. We're going to be running this again after 3 years. And our second last event of the year is going to be Web3 Weekend. This will be our online hackathon taking place on November 18th to bring in more newcomers in this space from Web2 to Web3 and giving them a chance to learn and understand what's happening in this space. So you can head over to web3weekend.eatglobal.com to learn more. And last but not least, we are going to be running the third iteration of ETH India, as well as our last in-person event of 2022, taking place on December 2nd, the weekend in Bangalore. We're going to share a lot more of these details on the websites directly. You can head over to ethindia.co, and everything also is available on ethglobal.com. This is the full calendar year of what ETH Global looks like this year on just the hackathons. There's a lot more things we're about to announce soon, so stay tuned for all of that, and we'll be sharing a lot more that's coming. And with that, for all of you who are interested in finding about all these details or applying to these events right now, whether it's getting a head start or applying for some travel visa that you need to think about ahead of time, you can head over to ethglobal.com or the individual event websites themselves and go apply to attend immediately. So with that, I want to thank all of you again. This officially concludes HackMoney. In the meantime, we hope that you continue building and continue making your projects even better. We hope to see a lot of them on mainnet very soon. And until then, please enjoy some lo-fi beats. And signing off from the ETH Global team, we'll see you all in New York. Take care, everybody.